be careful of this one. A jump peek! Oversteps himself. Just a tad, a quick little flash to push them back, but surely he doesn't want to fight this. Needs to get some backup. There's the util dump through, a haunt and a flash. Start chipping away at the side and gaining a bit of space now. So remember, MIBR are going to be granted that at least, and the plant. Get themselves into this post plan, but Talon want to be trying to play this incredibly fast, just running straight into the smokes and taking these duels and fights on equal footing. The pistols at play, just trying to play one after the other, and it's Crws claiming 4. Stun, Boombots dealt with in just a moment. It's a good double swing from the Talon players, and another bit of just raw fire. Coming straight down the one angle. Dodging a flash. murizzz is set up for it.
You also get the thought process of BZK. Look how fast this is.
That's absolutely rapid, and garnetS, well, he's not wasting any time. Showstopper pulled out. murizzz ended up just bumping into the wall. A little bit awkward. JZA has to try and watch the smoke. He knew Crws was there, but an absolute pincer maneuver. Almost like Talon are reading like this is going to be an A-hit, like they're already on the site, setting up to try and play fast retake, but Sushiboys should be spotting them now, and there's that ult, the Rolling Thunder. Rips its way across, Paranoia on top of it, Frozen still just being an absolute nuisance. The backstab from the middle of the site, middle section of the map.
And that's going to stop these retakers from being comfortable.
Swapping around the spike to see if they can really min-max this type of thing, but Talon were more than ready once more. garnetS pulling out the grenade, but it matters not. Sushiboys swings from the back. That is exactly what his team needed.
One bullet though will kill him, and he's worried about where Frozen is. There's only 10 seconds.
10 seconds. A kill on Sushiboys. It's what it needs to be happening now in the 1v1 against the Killjoy players. And a corner just was not cleared.
What's the game plan here? Just send Heat in with his ultimate?
Seems likely. There's going to be a stun, Nightfall as well. Going to be accompanying it. Just clear out the side, but it does tag onto Crws. Silly just holds his ground, claims the 1 kill, eventually dealt with, but another repeat from Foxz. That is a little bit uncalled for, in my opinion. The comp that they're running, pretty strong at retakes, but clearly no idea of really trying to play for that one, and Heat with the showstopper was not expecting that to still be in his hands.
Sushiboys using his ultimate for the retake in the 2v4.
Yeah, this is very, very brave. And a swarm to push them back. Another lockdown's going to be used in response of that one. Sushiboys really needs to get a move on here. And it's going to be detained. Well, not quite. He's still available, ready with the weapon in his hands. And 5 in a round means that's going to be a nice little ace.
Throwing their lives away, throwing rounds away by not taking these things into account.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this. The unfortunate part being they're headed into the 4-player stack.
Will they clear this corner? The answer is yes. The contact, I thought there would be some utility being used, but no, just backing away.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that should have been a trap. But Sushiboys responds on the other side of the map, and he maybe has to do a lot more.
Already quite good. What another angle as well. The crosshair placement, fantastic from Sushiboys, and this smoke just gives him a bit of coverage. Make sure he can weave in and out of it. Might need to be renewed sometime soon, though. It does fade away, and the players of MIBR have been grouping, but being matched pound for pound of at least the players who are holding on to the site. Paranoia rips across, a reset of the aim once more. Sushiboys just doing the absolute most on his half-fire round. And there was a timing. Jason's Age is still facing a completely different direction. The Prowler's being used, not even staring. Patience, patience, patience being played, and 2 kills will be his reward.
Fantastic, and the Seeker's used at the same time to be able to find out where Frozen is, catch the rest of these guys.
But an instant response, Heat is not wasting any time. Into the back of the site still, the choke point being played. Sushiboys watching it and falling from the sky.
Look off. So this pressure into B can be a fake.
Ready for this.
Or now he can just have a great post-plant position.
A little bit mistimed with that one as the spike was planted towards B. Showstopper into the back. garnetS doesn't claim anything off of that one. A bit of a Rosa moment, but this is already looking a little bit odd because murizzz holding close. No one to clear that angle. And still doubled up with the teammates' rifles. Will they make the difference? Crws has got the most to do once more. Spraying them down. A swing. What is that?
But Heat is still behind. This player, this nuisance that was stuck behind them from the beginning.
And he's just buying time. 1 satchel. He has the stinger. Can push them off the spike if they tap it. That's a bit of a shallow angle to be taken. Crws has managed to work his way in. Has already got half on the defuse. Needs to be covered. Needs to be watched. 1 kill. Getting off it in just a moment, but enough time being bought. What? Holding and Rolling Thunder just waiting in their hands. Now it's going to be let loose upon the side, but Talon have been just playing away from this one, making sure that they're not going to get caught out of position. That's brave by Foxz. Spraying there with the Vandal Traces, giving away his location.
So Sushiboys has the lockdown available for this. They're worried about a flank through B because FRZ's done that a couple of times before. Does MIBR have a plan to break this? Yes, they do. It's got way more health than it used to, but let's see it.
Lineup. This thing's definitely been orchestrated. Aftershock as well. Node over the top. Is it going to be enough damage? It is indeed. Well prepared. And now a showstopper on top of it just to see if they can just squeeze anything else out of this one. Nate going forwards. Heat still just holding within this smoke. They know he's there, but a spam, and they do find it in the end. garnetS making sure that he contains this approach just from the backside. Just trying to shut it down, but time is running awfully, awfully low. RgLMeister with the most to do. Having to defuse a spray down. No time.
Did they have time anyway? I'm not even sure.
Flash into the garage. Turret's going to be taking contact. And now, Trailblazer to lead them in. Lets them break that turret. Less tools to really think about. Crws, what sort of play are you going for? That's a paranoia, and he slipped his way into the B site while this hit comes through. Talon just not clearing the log section, and Frozen got absolutely huge. 3 in a round, anchoring it for his team, but eventually cleaned up.
And now things get scary here, if you pardon the pun, because Crws on the smokes for Talon is in such a great position again.
What?
Oh, the Prowler saw him, but he reacted too slowly.
He knows where he is, but look at that coordination, no hesitancy.
And it's more A lobby control. Oh, and I've seen this one before. Heat pushing up into A lobby, taking the space off the back of the horn. It's absurd, but he loves it.
I mean, it's just absurd, isn't it? The guy's not even playing a role where he can really just try and counteract this card. It's just hitting the nastiest snap I've ever seen.
The ball has been fumbled in garage. Absolute fumbling. It looked like a great setup, and the two players were vulnerable, but that could be a death blow.
That's a brutal one to lose, isn't it? Any sort of player advantage. Sushiboys watching for it with JJ's edge just falling. Back of the site, murizzz bides his time. The patience is good there to claim that one kill. But the trouble is, he's got this operate. I mean, the guy's just not set up for any sort of retake. murizzz is on an island right now, playing by himself with the one-way smoke setup. He still wants to play this one. Does he realize that there's an opportunity presented for him? Aftershock, there you go, 1 kill found. Doesn't know where the remaining players are. One flanking him in no time, no angles given. And he just saving the operator while all that was going on. Destroyed, pushing him out of position. This flank is being watched now by Crws and the rest of them. A showstopper. It's got to get value. Rolling Thunder, it is just chaos all over the bloody place. Where does this go? Lands up top. Skipping a hop, he does survive. Now a Prowler on top of it, and a re-swing from Sushiboys. An absolutely ridiculous play occurring all over the place. One after the other. The lockdown now online, spray down, but coverage is there. MIBR, they rescued a round.
But you also don't expect Heat to be missing those kind of shots.
This guy is normally such a consistent operator player. Now the showstopper online, that's a direct hit. garnetS just ripping a pathway right into the site, and it's vacuum right up. Talon taking map number 1.
Silence in the crowd completely there. What a performance. What a play. The MIBR fans, they're still going. There's still chances, but it is Talon that has struck a decisive first blow in this series. 13-8. And they were in control.
They were in control of this entire map. This is so surprising to me. I think most people anticipated that MIBR would be the ones coming out swinging. Talon, you know, we were interviewing Crws, and the guy was saying, listen, we've had to split our practice up. Hadapan wasn't able to play.
Maybe things are just slipping away from MIBR a little bit. But on the other side of things, Talon are reading all of these situations and picking up every opportunity.
Leon Wall is going to split this site up, including that utility. Aftershock into the corner, Heat. It's going to open it up for them, but
this is so weird again.
Not out of drop yet, it's uncoordinated! They just dropped onto the head of Crws, and okay, eventually they worked their way in, but it took a bit of effort. It was very awkward. No time wasted from garnetS. Drops down the fast lane. The wall's in play. Location going to be revealed in this one, but no one aiming to try and spam those corners, yet still the round will go their way, and eventually, finally, there we go. Flash. Don't think that reveals too much. I'm not too sure if there were that many footsteps, but the space has been gained, and the fast lane can split the side up like we saw in that previous round once more. JCJ with the rolling thumb.
Yeah, it's massive ultimates.
Okay.
Great entry from Heat. If they can find Sushiboys, but he's good for it. Great site anchoring, takes down the entry, and that also takes down the wall. It's going to be much more difficult to get into A.
And it is incredibly tepid, isn't it?
It is so slow, so cautious, yeah. After they get that first pick, they don't decide to explode. They still are really tentative.
Just waiting around, waiting around.
Trying to win the round just by getting picks, and everything's falling apart for them.
Yeah, if they're relying on Frozen to try and take some of that space, that's just not even afforded for him now. Ults are online, big ones for MIBR, but the time is running short now, and they're still contacting into this one. They could make a more reactive play. Yeah, I kind of like this idea from them. They want to try and push them and fight them. Stun the fault line to push them back. Flash forwards, pushes murizzz potentially forwards, but no, still just biding his time with 12 seconds remaining. And look at that, the orbital strike just pushes them away. You're running out of time. And a spike, well, in the hands of murizzz. Survives on 30 health, will get that plant down, but the utility is just being used, and he is just dropping like flies. It's so awkward. Right now, just working their way around the map, playing together here is 3. If they take this arcade control, it's just an awkward clearance at the angle there by murizzz up close. Pays for it with his life. No one's watching tower. There's an anti-flash being played. Easy peasy, it seems like, for Talon once more against the weaker guns. So 6-2 being that scoreline, and now we get to see MIBR put more money in the bank. I have these weapons. What plan have they got?
They need a plan. And they've invested enough in the prior eco round that 4 of them still have light armor. Not the best position to go into, and the timeouts as well have not created success for MIBR. Talon are just ripping them to pieces. I would expect something aggressive again from Talon. It's been working every time, pushing garnetS into a wild spot. And it looks like garnet's going to try and take tunnel again by pushing out arcade, but this clash is more important over a dish.
Stun's good. It's going to be a double face there. I believe the flash. Not even in action there. Not really anywhere to run. But it is that flank that we were talking about. Work their way behind. This is so odd. They flipped the map entirely.
That's so bold as well by Crws. There could definitely be somebody here. The Cypher could have been in that spot. And now his position is noted too.
Yeah. Definitely not worried.
So that's one of the first times that Talon have gone for something aggressive. The north side crunch and MIBR have shut it down. Mostly off the back of JCZ's utility, who is stepping up more than he did in map 1. It's just been a little too little.
The percentage play now for Talon is to try and take these guns away. Obviously that full investment by MIBR, you want to make it more expensive. RgLM taking a fight, but it's traded. Crws just seeing if anybody will wade into him. But yeah, that aggression actually does pay off. Grand scheme of things there for them.
25 seconds.
They need to react off of this, man. I mean, listen, they don't have a lot of time to work with.
Foxy still has the KO nade.
They're only just working their way into the site. There's going to be 15 seconds left. The spam coming through. When is the spike going to start to get planted?
Oh, he got suppressed.
Yeah, moves backwards, just goes and plays within the safety here. Tucks into the pocket, so they will eventually get it. But there we go. It's a common enough angle. And spam through the smoke will do it. Now to lockdown.
Orbital strike to answer.
So RgL Meister will have something for this one. There it is. Answered in kind. Murray's taking a fight. Rather inopportune time. And that's Frozen. Late lurking, finding his target. 2 players just trying to make the most of it now as Talon again working their way forward. It's a flash to try and potentially reclear this. There was util out in his hand. The tap on the spike. The reclear off to the side. Enough for them. The 5th round finally claimed. Nice little angle that he was finding there from Heat. The util to push back out of tower, but No real bite behind it.
And Foxz went back for a second bite of the apple. JZZ punishes him for it. It's B that's under pressure, though, whether MIBR know it or not. And tower is going to be somewhere that FRC has to look towards in a moment.
Yeah, surely glide to the side, not really much follow-up, and easily cleaned. Alternate path, I think, honestly, for the Neon, just because she can get past it really quickly, but Talon just waited out, and now they're going to be starting to re-hit through, taking control of Sand. There are players waiting for them. Let's see what MIBR can really do about this one. The answer is quite a bit. Doubled up, playing inside the smoke, the weaker guns. It matters not. Flash around the side. It is a nice dodge from Sushiboys, and he's still alive in the action. Orbital strike right on top of their heads. Frozen will be dealt with. They back away. They bide their time for a little bit longer. Talon not too willing to jump into the fray. Not when there's so many unknowns on that side.
This was a 3v5, though, and Talon found a couple of kills without having to strain or stretch themselves. On Haven, so many of these 3v3, 2v2 scenarios went the way of Talon. They just got players into strange positions. Here, deciding to cut noise, makes the defenders spread out, and now JCC has got to step up. He's been good for it so far, and he is again!
That's beautiful. The guy's coming alive, truly. Not going to be able to use too many abilities, but still locking down this angle, and he's bought precious time for the rest of his team to come in. It's just a contact play from the Talon guys, seeing what they can get done. What a swing by Foxz. The stun, it's a little bit late, but the spray down, and he doesn't really just back him up, making sure that there's safety in numbers. Coffers are full when it comes to the ultimates. A stun, no command. This is where you see that tempo increased. Inside the fast lane, Sushiboys just holding to one side of it just in case, but they have not cleared tower yet. And what is that?
Just spam? I think maybe a trap onto garnetS.
Whatever it might be, definitely got the job done, and that movement is just far too clean. The bait and switch, Crws just cannot find a clean target. Despite the spike being down, what more can be awarded for them? Sushiboys doesn't lose his nerve in a moment. He does claim the easy kill for them, but they need a bit more than that, and that might just be enough. Now up top is the tower, flash play! Spray down, but Frozen does again get that trade. And now there's a lockdown.
It's not a great position, though.
Let's push them away from the spike, though. They won't be able to stick this. Time has been bought. There is a crossfire now. JCC needs to win this fight now, locking it down. He was weak, though. Half onto the defuse. Sushiboys waiting, and it's a full stick! But not enough done. Talon win it with the Red Bull clutch, and they silence the crowd.
Can MIBR win this round? They still have quite a bit of, good ultimates, a weapon in here too. The round's not over.
garnetS?
What?
He's just waiting his way all the way through into their spawn and trying to watch for him. He's got it pulled down, still taking the fight, just running and gunning. And he finds the 2 kills. RgLMeister got no choice but to try and counteract it, try and take the fight. But it's the bait and switch. He's just bought so much time, so much space.
He is an absolute menace, Brad.
Not a care in the world, is it? Not a care in the world.
He's one of the most fun rookies that I've ever watched on the big stage.
There's something about this team, this core roster, whatever it is, just puts that whimsy into that primary duelist player. Gotta be careful not to let this round get out of hand, but with the ultimates the Talon do have, the positioning as well, you can already see that Crws is just taking the necessary measures. He's already just backing into their spawn so that he can just orbital strike if it gets rough.
It would be great here for murizzz and RgL to get a couple of kills. It would have economic implications.
Do take that double swing, but time.
JitboyS, for example, now only has light armor or a bad weapon. It's not that they're trying to win the round, but just try and make things easier for yourself now that things are locked up 10-10. Being caught by murizz's ult. Okay, so here it comes, the null command. And Crws miles away.
And this refight in Halls is going to be so important now. The Rolling Thunder cuts across, and that is going to be the 1 kill found. Foxz out of position now. It's up to his team to find it. What is that? JitboyS is pulling out an absolute miracle with that one. The old 1-2 punch. And listen, the ultimate pushes them away from the spike. The round is claimed, but
even that is dangerous when garnetS is just zipping his way into you.
Stun, I think, should connect with him. Yeah, you can see him lined it up, slowed for about a moment. A glide to the side, another stun down at his feet. That's an orbital strike being used aggressively. They saw players onto the site. They wanted to take the fight to them, but an absolute miracle. The spray down, JZZ. What more can you do? He's already claimed 3 down, but dropped to the knees.
Can they deny the res? Here comes Heat.
Trying to go for this one yet. This is an attempted to deny. It needs to be a big one. A flash over the side. It is well supported. The doors open wide, and MIBR, they stay alive. One chance to stay alive in this tournament. It's a kill trip. Frozen's rewarded. And garnetS has been playing towards sand in that moment. It comes off really nicely. Still the trade. MIBR still in this for but a moment longer. Heat with the wrap around the flank. Finding his target still. You can't overheat in this moment though. MIBR, they had an advantage, but it's slipping away from them.
The crowd thought that was it. They thought we were headed to OT, and now suddenly tension descending
It's
upon the
just
place.
an instant dampener. The spike's going to be planted. There's nothing to offset this one, and the Rolling Thunder is in the hands of JitboyS.
The breach battle all comes down to this, doesn't it? They've both been so good all map. Does JitboyS find the timing?
One kill to really get his own ult online. It's going to be the stun working its way across. Rolling Thunder to push back that one avenue. Heat. It does connect. Time running low. A flash to push them back once more. The fragment nade. All the utility being used to just delay an MIBR. It's a heartbreaker. Planning around the corner. The time running so low. It needs everything, and it will not happen. Talon, they upset the hometown team, and they take it in 2 maps.
What a performance from the Pacific team. They're known for upsets. And you can see it all just landing on Crws there. The realization that they are through into the next round, facing off against EG. MIBR sent home. Devastating disappointment. They made a run of it there on Fracture. It looked like it was going OT.
So close. Credit to, some of the rookie players were really stepping up to the plate. JZZ just went nuts in that final map, but there's so much he could really do.
Yeah, especially when JitboyS is also popping off. A phenomenal match, genuinely. We got to see a really even performance with Talon coming out, impressing us all. Yeah. I was impressed by their game plan. I was impressed by the individual ability. I loved the way that they were setting things up. And garnetS too. garnetS and JitboyS actually, considering how JitboyS played map 2. Both of their rookie players. Wow, what great pickups that they found to replace, Serve, Scary, Padafan. A range of really respected players, and these rookies stepped up.
We thought that inexperience was going to rear its head, honestly. We were talking to Crws at some point in the interview. I was asking him, what do those new players end up bringing to the roster? And he said, well, we're just hoping to get experience. And the crowd give a good cheer for the players as well as they wave on the stage. Talon clearly happy with this one. I think expectations were placed against them in this particular matchup. There was so much that could have gone wrong. Pressure, the word of the day, honestly, as well, when we're talking about it, and the impact it can have on a lot of these teams. But Talon have rose to the task, and now they're going to be rewarded with that opportunity to continue deeper into this lock-in tournament.